Hi, welcome to this Thriving Tuesday. Today, it's all about building your legacy without getting burned out. Because recently I've been inspired by the life of Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, which I think is one of the most gifted, highly sensitive people I have seen a documentary on. And what I thought was so interesting is that I recognized a lot of myself in him as a person. And that really shocked me because I didn't think we would have anything alike. But he was sharing in a lot of his videos and writing, and also his family were sharing that even when he was younger, he felt completely different. And he thought something might be wrong with him because he was not like the other boys. And he created in his own life, he created an aversion to the macho like stereotype guys because that just absolutely did not resonate with him. And that's just the sad part, that sometimes when you get too deep sucked into a belief, then it can also completely go the other way. So in my case, it was a little bit different because I also thought, something was wrong with me, but I was bringing myself down. And in his case, his defense mechanism was bringing the others down so that he felt like he could survive himself, and that at least he could build on his self-esteem and on his identity. And that's probably one of the reasons why his music is so deep and profound, and why his lyrics resonate with a lot of us, because I think people don't very often talk about the fact that they feel different, and especially being high sensitive. And I was really surprised when I saw even his wife talk about the fact that he could sense so much even when it wasn't told, and that he already knew things sometimes before they were happening, and that he was so sensitive as a person and fragile, and that was the reason why he was locking himself up and doing a lot of hard drugs at the end of his life, including heroin, because that's an escape. That's an escape. And you also see that, people who recovered from doing drugs or other addictions, that they feel like they're alive again. And unfortunately, he didn't have a big chance to step into his full life. That's why I think it's so important that creating the legacy is really in balance with you thriving as a person as well, feeling good in your own skin, feeling at home in the world. Because honestly, I absolutely know what it feels like to not feel at home in the world. And there's been like a lot of phases in my life where I I just have the feeling that, other people have it easier than me, for example. And I've worked a lot on that, but again, on different themes, that seems to be coming back and seems to be the story, where every time I can reinvent myself again and connect with that feeling of coming home in my own body and connecting with my inner light, and letting that shine. And that's why I want to share today that, for example, in my own case, and that's what we see with so many artists, but in their own life, in their own experience, it can manifest different than in mine. But for example, at this point, being pregnant, it feels like my life has been taken over. I have no control over what is happening to my body. And sometimes I feel like I have nothing to say about my own life because I feel so limited at this point. And that is what I see with a lot of artists as well, and performers, because they get shoved in, yeah, pushed in this little cubicle, having to do all the things they have to do, being the person they're supposed to be, showing up where they're told to show up, writing lyrics that are feeling commercial and that will sell, instead of connecting to their inner truth, and instead of having fun with, what they are meant to do. And that's where you see that you can't separate building and creating your legacy and feeling good in your own skin as a person, because it's all intertwined, it's all connected. And the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. That's this beautiful quote. But if you don't respect yourself in your personal life, and if you don't treat yourself with love and kindness, then it's really hard to step up for yourself when it's about your career or your business, because that's even harder, because then you're letting other people down. So for me, it always starts with making the way inwards. And that's why I always say to my clients, we're doing the inner work, because it all starts there. And for me, for an example, I've always looked outside of myself in therapy, with psychologists, with healings, with alternative healings, with, oh my God, holistic healing. I've tried so many things in my life. I can't even sum it all up. But I always felt like it was doing something, but not changing truly much. And that was until I discovered, the effect of using the tools that were making me connect with my inner spirit, with my soul, as to speak, and to go really inwards and do that kind of work, and to connect with my own vision and my soul's desires. And it's from that point that you start to feel like you can come home, because that's where you are truly aligned. And to be honest, I know a lot of artists who have so much beautiful gifts and talents, and who actually are afraid to share them fully with the world, or who completely fine-tune their lyrics, while actually they've gotten them through, from inner flow, from true divine inspiration, and then they start tweaking it, and because otherwise, the big audience won't like it. And that's such a shame, because I can understand why you would do that. But don't forget that you are losing a part of yourself by not staying true to that message that you received in the first place, and by not following your path of greatest joy. So building your legacy and not getting burned out is about staying true to yourself. It's about, first of all, coming home in your own body. And that's not something physical that I mean with that. That means being happy with you, who you are as a person. And, I've had to do this so many times, and it almost starts to feel like a roller coaster, because every time I think that I've got this, something else happens, like, for example, being pregnant. And you lose control again, and your body is changing, and I'm not feeling good in my skin, and I'm a lot more emotional, and blah, blah, blah. So I can reinvent myself as a person again, loving myself on an even higher level, even when I'm not maybe feeling very energetic, or when I'm not being able to do the things that I love, like riding my horses, and I feel so restricted. And that's so beautiful, because still this is an opportunity for me to connect with my inner core, and to rise above this, and to be kind to myself. Because in the beginning of the pregnancy, I was not so gentle with myself, and I was becoming really hard. And situations in my environment started mirroring out that I was not being kind to myself, because people were not being kind to me. And then I shifted that, and I worked on that. I did the inner work. Boom. Within 3 days, everything was resolved and everything fell back into place. And I just had beautiful relationships again. And I was having fun with people again and enjoying and feeling the love, which is not something I did externally. It was something that I changed internally. Because everything that happens around you is a mirror for your own beliefs. And when you can see that and you can, use that mirror to fuel your inner growth, my God, you can move mountains. You can rise up, you can shine your brightest light and really live your full potential. Because you don't even know what you're capable of. You don't even know how beautiful it is on the inside. First, start connecting with that. Start loving that. And then, everything will shine through in your reality because people will resonate with your energy. So if you want to build a legacy and stay true to yourself, do the inner work and make sure that you show up doing the things that you love most, that you enjoy to the fullest, because the things that bring you joy and fun is exactly what makes your audience happy as well. The things that make your toes tingle is exactly what excites your audience as well. And it's so important to surrender to that and to fully commit to being the authentic version of you and letting that shine through. And then, my darlings, you will create your biggest legacy. Have fun with this. Enjoy the ride. And if I can be of any service, reach out, contact me, we'll have a chat and we'll see what I can do for you. So excited for you that you can start connecting with your inner light and let that diamond shine, baby. Bye.